Hey guys, it's Hector Castillo from girlshace.com. I hope you enjoyed the new background. Some artist friends of ours wanted to have a little fun and make my videos have a little more pizzazz. And yeah, I enjoy it. It's kind of abstract and wonky. I like it. So today I want to be talking about how you can send the right text at the wrong time, and then how to fix it, obviously, and send the right text at the right time. I was talking to a client yesterday, and this guy is really, really good, has a lot of experience. He's very successful, so he gets a lot of attraction, lives in a very cool city, drives a cool car. He's just a great guy, high value guy in his mid 30s, and he has a lot of experience, but he's kind of having some trouble with texting, which is very normal, even for guys who are really, really good normally in person. What they do is that they haven't taken the time to learn how to text properly. They learned how to approach a girl at a bar, at a club, maybe even during the day or through social circle. They've got it all down, but when it comes to actually communicating with the girl over a different medium that doesn't involve their mannerisms and their voice tone and the way they look, and they lose all of that value when it comes to the texting part, and you have to mirror how good you are in person over text messaging, because if there's an incongruency and they're not in sync, the girl's gonna feel like, is this guy an imposter? Is he the person he is over text, or is he the person he is in person? And unfortunately, when you're dealing with a medium that is this big and she's just staring at it and everything is concentrated in this one location, then you're gonna be shutting off all other stimuli. She's gonna have some memories of when you guys talked and when you were really sexy and charming, but a lot of that is going to kind of dissolve in the background, and she's going to get tunnel vision. She's going to see what's in front of her, and if you act strange, even unintentionally, over text, she's going to err on the side of safety, because women always do that. They err on the side of safety, and they're going to maybe avoid seeing you, or they're going to be less excited to see you and maybe not even respond to your text, or they're going to flake on your date. And you're gonna be really disappointed because you're like, I'm good, I can get girls, what's going on? Why am I having trouble actually meeting with them? I've encountered this a lot, and it still comes up sometimes where I'll be really good in person, but then over text, I'll kind of make one or two mistakes, and how awesome I was in person doesn't quite match up to how awesome I am over text. So if you're really awesome in person, your texting has to be really awesome. It's kind of a shitty deal in some ways, but you have to match them. And if you're a guy who's here, but you're texting here, you're gonna get even better results. But you're required to be as good as you are over person, or as you are with texting, because girls need to see that match. Now, you can avoid this by fucking her in person the first time you meet her. This is what I always tell guys is, when you meet a girl at a bar or something, your chances at the bar are here if she really likes you. As soon as she leaves the club, her entire mindset's gonna change, and she's gonna feel this about you, because she associates you with the environment that she met you in. If she met you during the day while walking to work or something, she's always gonna be in that mood, and it's kind of a chill mood. But if she met you at this raging party, this raging club, and you guys had a great time, but then now she's not there, she's gonna feel like the magic is gone. Even though most of it's due to the change of environment, she's gonna associate it with you. And unfortunately, you're gonna kind of lose the dream quality that you had before. So basically, long story short, you need to match your texting with your value. And that was his problem. He wasn't doing that. And with one particular girl, he had a really good experience with her. They drove around in his Lamborghini, and they had a great time. They were making out a lot. And there was kind of a complicated situation with her kind of being in a relationship, not really, kind of complicated. But basically, they had a great time, and she really liked him, but then they had some trouble over texting. Then, about a few months later, she got back in touch, and he ended up seeing her a few times, but was having trouble actually getting her out on a date. So they had some experience. She liked him. And he's a high value guy, but his texting was, his particular problem is he was jumping the gun, and that tends to be my problem. So when you get really experienced and you basically get entitled, and it's not a great thing to do, and I've actually made a video about it that I'll eventually upload. But basically, when you get really good, you don't want to get entitled because you're so used to getting success with girls that you kind of get lazy. And this does make you better, but it also can make you skip steps that are not ready to be skipped. And when there are steps that you can just drive over because she really likes you and you can take her home, that's great. But you don't want to skip the most basic things like getting to know each other or basic politeness. What's the word I'm looking for? Social mores? No. Courtesies, I guess would be the best word. You don't want to skip the normal courtesies of a seduction because you don't want the woman to feel cheap. You want her to feel like she was seduced and she seduced you. She doesn't want to feel easy, even if in terms of like, we've only known each other for an hour, but we still had sex, it was easy, but don't think like that. You don't want to, slut shaming is one way to put it, but I don't want to get that political. Basically, it's just, don't make her feel cheap. Make her feel like she was worthwhile. And because she is. Every girl is worthwhile in her own way, and you want her to feel magical about the experience. I mean, if it's a one-night stand, it's probably not going to be like super romantic and magical, but it can be. And if you can give that to her, why not? Give women the best experience you can. So, basically, I lost track. Where was I? One second.
A few moments later.
Keep the courtesies. And he didn't do that, so he would be texting her, and then he'd just send this like super romantic kind of aggressive texting where it's like, let's meet up, and there's a lot of built up expectations kind of with it, and it was not a bad text in and of itself, and she actually did end up responding, but like 4 or 5 days later, which is always a sign that she was kind of on the fence. Whereas if she really, really was like 100% down, she would have texted you like a few hours later or a few minutes later. But she did get back to him, so it wasn't a terrible text. But in terms of where he should be, it was terrible, right? When he's like, yeah, I sent this text, I was like, really? That's what you said? And I say that to myself all the time. Sometimes I'll send a girl a text, even to this day, and I'm like, that was really fucking stupid to send that. But you always have to experiment. So he knew that for his level of skill with women, it was a terrible text. It ended up getting a result, and we're going to work on it and try and salvage it. But what you need to watch out for in terms of not skipping things that shouldn't be skipped and giving the normal courtesies over text and sending the right text at the right time is that you need to gauge how interested she is in you at the moment and then how much you can get from that interest. So I don't want to make it sound psychopathic and business-like. It's like it's a transaction, but play with the metaphor for a little bit for the sake of understanding. If she likes you this much, you can always get a little bit more than how much she likes because that's how you escalate the emotions of a seduction, of an interaction between two people, a relationship. She likes you this much, and you need to be a man, and you need to say, okay, you let me hold your hand, I'm going to try and go for a kiss, right? And you always want to take each step normally. Now, you can skip steps where a girl really likes you, she just stares at you, you know? And thing that comes to mind, I was walking up the stairs of a club, I saw some girl walk past me, and I was just like, hey, and she's like, hi. And she just comes up, stands in front of me, I just grab her and we start making out. I skipped a lot of steps there in the seduction and in the romance, but the door was open for that. So over texting, let's say you have a girl who is sending lots of emojis, very kissy. She's throwing you windows like, yeah, I'm not doing much this week, or oh, I'm so bored. She responds to your text really fast. She texts more than you. She shows more emotion. And when you suggest that you two should hang out, she's very excited to do that. So whatever you did in person, it's matching what you're doing over text. You're good. Now what you want to do is take the next step. So if you want to take a big step and try and be like, hey, come over for wine and a romantic night, she needs to be here for you to take this. Because if you try to take this when she's here, maybe once in 100 times, she's going to say yes. And it has happened where I'm just like barely know a girl. I'm like, yo, you wanna fuck? And she's like, yeah, sure. It's okay. We got it. But that's very rare, and usually you're just throwing a Hail Mary, and you get lucky, or you know exactly what to look for. But that also means that her interest really isn't here. It just seems like that, and it's actually here, but that's another video. So you need to gauge where, well, actually that's kind of relevant, but it would make the video too long. So generally look at the level of her engagement with you when it comes to the emotions of her text, and that's like text length, text response time, emojis, diction, her choice of words, her syntax, misspellings. There's all these little details. You want to treat it like a paper almost, and kind of analyze it and be like, okay, you're probably going to get some sort of emotional reaction, like, I feel like this girl's into me. But I want you to understand it on a little bit more of a mechanical level, because we're men and we kind of think more analytically, and there's nothing wrong with that. And then it'll teach you to have like a blueprint of like how interested she is in you. And I do plan on doing either a book or a product that has to do with the nuances of texting, like text length and concision and all that. But you can start by kind of looking at the text. Here, okay, have a great idea. Look at the most recent 3 conversations you've had with some girls that you're trying to eventually sleep with. And what I want you to do is comment below your general interpretation of how much she likes you. And then after that, I'll go in and I'll respond and I'll say, okay, I think you should try this general approach over texting. And let's say you say, oh, I was talking to this girl, I met her at a bar, and she seems to really like me, but I can't seem to get her on a date. And you can give me some examples of text that she's sending you, and I'll look at them and be like, okay, she seems pretty interested, but I think she's skeptical because she thinks you only want sex. So I think you should have like a really cool casual date with her and go for a walk in the park or get ice cream, right? And I'll show you how to actually text that. And yeah, so get back to me over or in the comment section and tell me some interpretations of 3 conversations, 3 different girls that you have, and I'll go in and try and give you the best approach in response. And by doing this, you're gonna practice understanding text message dynamics on a more mechanical level, and you're gonna have, again, a blueprint in your head of how to respond based on how much you think she likes you. And by doing that, you're not gonna send the wrong text that's too aggressive or the right text that's aggressive enough if she liked you, but at the wrong time. And I'll teach you how to send the right text at the right time, and to not either overshoot your chances, or sometimes some guys don't take enough and they don't shoot for enough because a girl really likes them and then they want to go get a movie or watch a movie, and it's like, no, you can fuck her right now. And so why would you do that if you could get this now? So we'll go over that in the comments, but I hope that this video kind of clarified things for you on not sending the right text but at the wrong time. And I hope that in the future I'm gonna help you guys, especially in the comment section. Leave a comment, and please subscribe to this channel. I totally forgot to do it at the beginning. That's what you're supposed to do, marketing was. Like the video, ring the bell. Follow me on Instagram. I changed my Instagram, everybody. The @SlayLikeCasanova. I have a little message in the bio about where to go now. But my new Instagram is @papi_mapuche. If you want me to, if you want me to describe why I chose that name, I can do that in the comments and just ask me, and I'll give you the full story. It's kind of funny. I'm sure you could guess by just Googling both words, but I enjoy it. It's a cool identity. It's like a superhero identity. And then follow me on Twitch. I haven't been playing too many games lately, but I'm hoping to get back on there. Again, I hope you liked the video, and I hope to see you soon. This is Hector Castillo from girlchase.com, and I hope you have a great day.